So sometimes you get up in the morning and it's just really depressing news. And my life has sort of been on a downturn, but I see some hopeful signs. Well, let's get into it. So apparently someone is saying that the Miramax TV show, which is supposed to be Halloween, is still happening. They're still developing it, although they announced this back in 2023. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. No casting, no posters, no teasers. So there we go. That's where they are with Michael. So now let's get into and again, this is a rumor. It's not technically the actual production company. Got to be careful. But someone is saying that it wouldn't involve Michael, right? It wouldn't be Mayers. It would be Halloween related. However, there's not going to be Michael. It's not going to have a Michael focus, which obviously creates a lot of head scratching because without Michael, obviously other characters probably will not be in this, whether Laurie or Loomis. It's going to be a creative reset. Well, why? Well, unfortunately, I have to be cynical here. It's about the money. They don't want to pay the writers. They don't want to pay John Carpenter. They don't want to pay Deborah. They don't want to get involved with the actors' estates, right? Because if they do casting that is too similar, that could be another problem. Of course, they could just start all over again, like Blumhouse, and just recast the whole thing. But even there, that had the Accords, right? So this has the Accord involvement, but it seems that they've sold off the rights. So I'm guessing they sold off the rights, but with the proviso, you can't use Michael, which is kind of like, okay, what's the point then? Now, we've done this with Halloween, right? If you are a hardcore Halloween fan, you know with Part 3, Season of the Witch, they didn't use Michael at all. Michael only shows up technically as a cameo. Even that one was, I thought, pretty clever, but, there's really no Michael in that film in any real big way. So again, we have had this with Halloween. A lot of fans have always wondered whether that would have been a better decision. Like, yeah, do some Michael movies, but move in a different direction that's not Michael focused. Because, right, with the Thorn cult being a big polarizing thing, the timeline keeps getting screwed up, the origin keeps getting retconned. It just became a big mess trying to figure out who even is Michael. And then the Blumhouse people came in and did their own, fans loved it at first, but then it became more and more divisive. I myself kind of hated it from the beginning. A lot of people still think the first one is decent. I would agree it has some good scares, but yeah, even that one, I'm just shaking my head. I mean, the ideas were interesting, but yeah, after the halfway point, I was just like, no, dear God, no, please don't do that. And they just kept doing more and more crazy, stupid things that even for Halloween, I'm like, really? Really? But I'm not going to revisit the hatred of Halloween Kills, the great horror comedy that some people still celebrate. But anyway, but good or bad, that had Michael. Maybe not a good version of Michael, but okay, it's Michael. It's a Michael story. And it seemed they were promising another or newer version of Michael. Okay, that would have itself been, let's be honest, that would have been controversial. I mean, what does new mean? What does update mean? What does adaptation? Because again, good or bad, the Blumhouse one, it seems really silly, but that is technically Michael from the first film. And you're like, would he be like 80 or something? And the answer is, yeah, he got older. I think the actor behind Michael was fine, but yeah, that's the dilemma. Do you stay with the late 70s Michael? Because if you keep with that timeline, that origin, he would be insanely old. So you have the Rob Zombie option, just do new Michael, new origin, right, technically, or don't touch Michael. So they're kind of stuck. Either use classical Michael, where he's going to be like 100 in a wheelchair killing people, or the other option is just start totally new, and a lot of fans will like it, but a lot of fans will be like, no, I don't want this version of Michael. I want classical Michael. So I get it. They have a big dilemma. And in principle, you can do something without Michael, but that had John Carpenter, right? That had literally one of the greatest horror directors of all time. The reason people still love Halloween 3 is it is a Carpenter film. Even if you don't like it being, no Michael, most fans don't care. It's like, it's a really great, interesting horror movie onto itself. But again, it's not a Michael film. So you can do a great Halloween film, a great Halloween project without Michael. But again, it kind of helps if you have the best director doing it. Who do we have here? They don't even have any yet director or producer or writer attached. So is there any hope they're going to have the new Kevin Williamson, the new Wes Craven, the new John Carpenter? I doubt it. I mean, the last one they gave to David Gordon Green. Again, I'm not exactly a big David Gordon Green fan, but, he did some decent comedies. I actually like Pineapple Express. But would I say, oh yeah, that's the guy to bring back Michael Myers? The answer is no. I would say that is not the guy. I'd probably say that is completely not the guy to bring back Michael, but that's who they picked. So they're probably going to go with another David Gordon Green, and you're going to be like, right. I mean, yeah, there could be some nightmare scenarios like Seth Rogen. Like, give it to Seth Rogen. Like, Seth Rogen? He's going to do Michael Myers? Like, huh? So, yeah, it's worrisome. Either way they go, they're going to be stuck. So would it be better to be without Michael? But then what are we doing here? Like, if it's no Michael, no Loomis, no Laurie, like, we don't have much to work with. On the other hand, some people have rumored that they're going to make it a Loomis prequel series. I mean, that at least is plausible because we have a little backstory with Loomis, not too much. But if they're not doing the Thorn Cult, what's it going to lead to? He's just going to walk around, talk to crazy people? Don't know. And even that will be controversial because, again, the original Loomis was pretty good. I mean, even, I'll say this for the Blumhouse version. Again, I actually respect what Rob Zombie did. On the other hand, it was pretty hilarious how they just avoided everything with the Rob Zombie films. They're like, hey, maybe you use that version. No, we're not using that Loomis. We're not even touching that Loomis. Loomis is dead. We're respecting the dead here. Loomis died. He died nobly fighting Michael. Or not. Apparently he was just investigating. But anyway, but I did find that hilarious that even the Blumhouse trilogy is like, who? Oh, the new Loomis? No, we're not doing that. Yeah, so even the Loomis thing, if they just go full Loomis, it'll be like, that is going to be controversial as well. So they have no good choices. And again, in of itself, I'm not panicking if it's no Michael. However, the last one with no Michael was John Carpenter, the man who made Michael Myers. So that's going to go a long way to, getting goodwill of the fans. And it's pretty clear John Carpenter has moved on, right? Unless they're going to give him $1 billion, which they're not, he's not ever touching Michael Myers again. He's made very clear he's not really interested in doing much more with Michael Myers, right? It's, I mean, he doesn't disown it. He's like, yeah, it was fine. It's fun. It's interesting. But he is on record. He regrets doing part 2 because he was like, yeah, I didn't want to do it. They gave me a lot of money. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. But his whole thing was, we're killing Michael, right? Saying, yeah, absolutely, John. We're killing Michael. We're done with Michael. It's like, great, fine, we're moving on. It's like, no, John, he's alive. Okay, fine, whatever. So he's on record. He's finished with Michael. So we can't get John Carpenter. So without him, I don't know. I'm not having a lot of hope. Again, a miracle could happen. They could have the dream team of horror, like Guillermo del Toro will decide to do Michael Myers. I mean, that could happen. That's possible. But Guillermo's busy with his own worlds, and he rarely does, right? Adaptations like Hellboy and Blade are the exceptions. So unless they're going to do like a miracle work, and Guillermo would, he would ask for a lot of money, and clearly they're going cheap, right? I have to be cynical here. The only reason they're avoiding Michael, they're avoiding Loomis is cheap. They don't want any issue with rights, which is understandable. They don't want any issue with actors' estates, which is understandable. They don't want any of these issues because I can just imagine the nightmare if they start playing with AI, start selling off the rights to marketing companies. It's just going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare of lawsuits. So to avoid all that, we're just going to get no Michael. Now, to be fair, Michael Myers is still out there. I'm sure the rights for Michael are still out there somewhere, but they're like, no. So, yeah, I mean, we may have to work we may have to wait another decade, like with Jason, but we're probably going to get classical Michael, right? He's too lucrative. They're going to give us that classical version. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, all right, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we got to know Michael Myers for at least 10 years now. Huh. I'll be very interested if they try to do a clone. They'll be like, he's not Michael Myers, he's Michael Shires. Okay, then. So, not a promising future for Halloween. And we got to be brutally honest. After the first one, it's just been a very inconsistent series. But we'll see where it goes. It's a little depressing.